I was impressed with that move you pulled. Bang.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's me, it's G, it's a double MD, the undefeated, undisputed YouTube champion. That's right, it's the Maverick, Mark Daniels, here in episode 49 of our Fire Emblem Three Houses Let's Play. And guys, if you missed last episode, you missed one heck of an episode. A whole lot happened. Where do I begin? So we were continuing our battle in the sealed forest against what's her name? Kronia. It was Monica, but she transformed into Kronia, and she was the person that murdered our father Gerald. We beat her, and then Tomas came back. Solon, formerly known as Tomas. He showed up. He killed Kronia. I keep wanting to say Crowan for some reason. Kronia. He killed Kronia, and then he casted like a sacred spell on us, which basically took us to the Shadow Realm, like this place of darkness that nothing can escape unless you had maybe godlike abilities. Well, as you can see from Yohane's picture here, she's got green hair now. Sothis, the goddess that was inside of her mind, basically fused her spirit into ours, so it became this this enlightened one, as you see her class now, this enlightened goddess, essentially. We cut through this dark, like, portal zone, whatever you want to call it. Well, and then we came out, we beat the hell out of Solon, killed him, and then we met up with Rhea, because we passed out. We got carried to Rhea. Rhea took care of us. Kind of talking a little bit about our past and us being a baby. We found out that Rhea maybe did something to us as a baby. We don't know exactly what yet, but we're going to be going to a temple where we're going to be basically doing some sort of revelation ritual. So we're probably going to find out some more stuff there. You know, who we are, what Sothis was, who Rhea is. These are all things we maybe will find answers to. It's very interesting, though. But yeah, it was a very, I think it was a pretty long episode, too. So definitely check it out if you're interested. But today, we're gonna be slowing down just a little bit today, because we're gonna be doing some of these support levels. Sunki Avon mentioned that this was something that I should be doing to raise their support levels. I honestly didn't even know this was a thing, or if they told me that this was a thing, and by they I mean the game. If the game told me that this was a thing, I totally forgot about it. A lot happens in these games, and a lot happens in between recordings, so I forget about things sometimes. So we're going to go ahead and go through some of these. Basically, this entire episode is going to be us just going through these support conversations. So if you're interested in this, definitely stay tuned. If not, I apologize. We'll see you next episode. We'll do some exploration. We'll do some teaching, all that fun stuff. So it'll take time before we can deepen this bond. So this will talk to Raphael. This is with Lauren. So we're going to go through Lauren's first, and then we'll make our way down. So we'll start with Raphael.
Meat is the best. Veggies and fish are great too, but there's nothing like a good cut of meat.
I kind of agree with that. Although I like how he says veggies and fish are great too. Fish is meat, right? Like, I know it's poultry. Anyways, moving on.
May I join you?
Oh, it's Lawrence. Gonna join him?
Lawrence, you here to eat? It looks like you barely grabbed anything.
Please, this amount will suffice for me. There's no need to compare our portions.
No wonder you're so skinny. My little sis eats more than you. Come on, have some of mine. You need it more than I do.
You offer me half-eaten scraps? The nerve!
How
With
dare you?
manners like that, even a nobleman would be an absolute disgrace. Have you no dignity?
You're pretty touchy, huh? It's probably just because you're hungry.
Maybe he's hangry. Maybe he needs a Snickers.
Raphael, please, do you mind? I cannot enjoy the simple pleasure of a meal in these conditions.
Why can't you enjoy your meal? You don't like what's on the menu? You wait here. I'll go to the kitchen and find something tastier for you.
That won't be necessary. Please, just let me eat. In peace. Alone.
I don't think you get it, Lawrence. Nothing goes with a meal better than good company. If leading the Alliance is your goal, you should really try eating with other people first.
That's also a good point. I mean, obviously being a leader in kingdoms like this, you got to be head of the table, which means you got to sit at a table with other people there. This is good practice for Lawrence. Raphael's such a great guy.
I'm afraid I fail to see the connection between leadership and dining.
See, with attitude like that, Lawrence, you'll never be a king.
If you want to be a leader, you have to know how to get along with different types of people, right? If you really want to get to know someone, all you have to do is share a meal with them.
Quite the contrary, unfortunately. It seems the more time I spend eating with you, the less likely we are to become friends.
The more you eat with someone, the more you learn about them. Their likes, their dislikes, you know? You might get some of their food that way too. You can eat more and bulk up. All that talking made me hungry again. I'm gonna go get seconds.
What an absolute bother. But I suppose he does have a point about observations of character at the dinner table.
Oh, so their bond has gone up to support level C. Ignatz. This could be interesting.
Let us take a short break.
Ignatz.
I will pour tea. Please choose a teapot for us to use. You want me to pick one? I don't see any other Ignatz around here, do you? Go on now, we're wasting time. The pots are over here. I will leave the selection to your judgment. Let's see. How about this? That's rather plain. Why did you choose that one?
The tea you chose has a very subtle taste, as well as a smooth, light texture. Such an unassuming tea calls for an unassuming pot, and one that complements the tea's color. In addition, the pot I selected has a floral design. Although we can't go for a walk today, we can still bask a little in nature's beauty.
Very interesting. You know, you have an absolutely marvelous aesthetic eye. Precisely what I would expect from the son of a merchant house that has enjoyed the Gloucester's patronage for so many years. After we graduate, when you begin your trade in earnest, I will introduce you to my father.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. But I'm afraid I'm already on the path to becoming a knight.
Ah, right, you are a second son.
Whoops.
Still, your eye for beauty is a talent that should not go to waste. Very well. If you are to be a knight, then I shall happily take you into my service.
Well...
What? Does that displease you?
Not at all. I just need a little time to think it over.
His eye for the arts is unwavering, but in all other matters he is woefully indecisive.
Alright, level C. Whoops. Lysithea.
Lysithea, do you have a moment? There is a matter of significance I'd like to discuss with you.
I literally pronounce all these names wrong. I'm sorry for Sun Kayvon, I'm sorry if it drives you crazy when I call him Lorenz or Lysithea when it's Lysithea and Lorenz. I apologize. And if it drives anyone else crazy, I'm sure it does.
I know you're always seeking the attention of ladies, but why are you wasting your breath on me?
Don't be silly. I want to discuss the future of the Alliance, to have a constructive and candid exchange of opinion.
I'm not so sure I'm the one being silly. Actually, I'm busy. Stuff to do.
Now, hold on just a moment. House Ordelia will never benefit from such a narrow-minded mentality.
I was under the impression you were interested in me as a person. What do house matters have to do with anything?
As it stands, the bonds between Alliance lords are quite weak. If this state of affairs persists, I'm afraid those bonds may dissolve entirely.
I couldn't care less.
House Ordelia may be small, but a small house is fettered by fewer obligations than a larger one. Apply yourselves actively in diplomacy, negotiate wisely, and you could do much to help maintain peace among the neighboring lords. The recognition of those lords would benefit your house immensely. To that end, why not start with me, the heir to House Gloucester? It couldn't hurt for us to become friends, could it?
Yes, of course, when the time comes. But right now, I'm quite busy. Maybe later. As it is, I'm studying magic for the benefit of the Alliance, and I would appreciate it if you left me to it.
Ah, I see. Then forgive the intrusion. I will take my leave of you for now. But if there is any way I can be of help, to you or your house, I hope that you won't hesitate to ask. After all, as I'm sure you know, the future of the Alliance is my responsibility.
The future, he says. As though I have a future.
Interesting. Wonder what she means by that. Alright, so their friendship has increased. Marianne.
Hello, Marianne. You're well, I hope?
At least I got her name right.
I am Lawrence. Thank you.
Lawrence. Lawrence. Okay, try to remember that.
I
Lawrence.
cannot help but notice you do not look it.
Is that so? I feel fine.
Epic stare down.
Was there something you needed?
How unseemly of me. My apologies. It is not my intention to stare.
Does something about me seem off?
She just looks really tired.
Oh, not at all. I was just remembering your father. Or rather, comparing my experience of him to you. Your father, Margrave Edmund. He is one of the shrewdest nobles in all the Alliance, with a noted gift for pointed speech. On and beyond the battlefield, his words have the power to move friend and foe alike. My own father has said he would not want to make an enemy of him. Naturally, I am of the same mind. Your father is blessed with gifts of confidence and eloquence, yet compared to him, you seem always reticent and downcast. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cause you discomfort. It's just that the contrast between you and your father is striking.
I have very little in common with my adoptive father.
But he sent you to Garreg Mach. Clearly, he sees potential in you. I think I see it too. Yes, a certain charm, gravitas, if you will. Just like him. Oh.
I can't say that I know too much about him. I should be going now.
Ah, does Lawrence have eyes for Marianne?
Yes, of course. Please, take care.
He seems smitten.
Oh, such grace, such serenity. How could such a beauty be hiding in plain sight? With a little polish, she would shine magnificently.
Alright. You missed the opportunity to even spawn. That's unfortunate. I don't really know if I can fix that or not. But anyways, continuing on with Lawrence. Hilda.
Ah, Lawrence. At it again.
Hello, Hilda. Are you training too? If that's the case, I may have to revise my opinion of you. Increased strength and skill would serve as perfect complements to your beauty and esteemed lineage.
No, I just left something here. I don't share your tireless work ethic. You're quite something. I don't think I've ever seen you take a break.
When the fate of all the Alliance rests on your shoulders, the rigors of training seem paltry by comparison. Besides, when my admirers see that even an individual of my talent possesses a diligent work ethic, it is sure to inspire them.
I see, but I was wondering... Never mind, you're clearly busy.
Oh, is there something you require? What do you need? There is nothing I cannot handle.
Oh, the trouble is, I'm no good at fighting. I'm a fragile young lady, not a fearsome warrior. I didn't even want to join the academy, honestly. My brother made me.
Of course. For a delicate flower such as yourself, no doubt battle must present a terrible hardship.
It does. It truly does. So, I was wondering if in the next training session, you do my fighting for
She's
me?
always just trying to get out of it, isn't she?
I mean, I can put on a tough, I'm actually fighting kind of air, but that's not quite enough on its own.
Please, leave all of the difficulty to me. I shall permit no harm to befall you.
Ah, I'm so happy. Okay, in that case, I'll focus on giving a convincingly soldierly performance. You know, Lawrence, you're a good guy. Not that I'd have expected anything less from a noble.
With each of your foes that I vanquish, I shall only become ever stronger. Yes, leave it all to me.
What a guy. And all I had to do was ask. Maybe I'll have a snack.
Alright. Leonie.
Hey, Lawrence, got a minute?
Certainly. I trust you're well?
Doing great. I found a load of old weapons, just got done hauling them out of storage.
Old weapons, you say? If there are any interesting swords in there, I would love to see them.
They might only be good for training, but with a little care, who knows? Here, have some oil.
And why exactly are you giving this to me?
Like I said, they need a little care. With a bit of maintenance, some of these will really shine.
Yes, I heard you. So why did you give me the oil?
He doesn't understand that she wants him to oil them.
It's for polishing, Lawrence. Don't tell me you've never polished a weapon before.
But that is hardly a task befitting someone of my station. If you had an exquisite blade, something of real historical significance to complement my noble heritage, that would be another matter.
In that case, appraise while you polish, you're bound to find something good working through these.
This seems as fine an occasion as any to air my grievances. I am a highborn noble. As such, it is my sworn duty to protect the common folk. I have no time for trivialities. What's more, you seem to be under the misapprehension that you can order me about. Please think carefully about how you speak to me.
I'm not ordering you around, and I'm not talking to you as a noble either.
See, I like Leonie because that's how I would treat them as well. You treat people like everyday people. We're all people at the end of the day. Doesn't matter about nobility.
I'm asking you to help me with this. As a friend.
I am your friend, but I am also a noble. Those two qualities are not mutually exclusive.
Oh, good. Let's get to it then, buddy.
Alright, Lawrence and Sylvain.
To find the analog of your beauty in nature, I can turn only to the lily. Only that flower is so sweet and so delicate as to approach your loveliness. Why, just look at these soft, delicate fingertips you have. It is as though they could blossom into fragrant lilies before my very eyes.
If you're so wild about flowers, why don't you try a flower shop?
Why don't you try a flower shop?
Oh, wow. That was... I'm sorry I saw that, but I am so glad I saw that.
Oh, did you not realize? I was only testing her. Any woman who is taken in by such simple flattery is ill-suited to my noble disposition.
Oh, okay, I'm glad you explained it, because I thought you just got rejected. Just flat out, no way to make yourself feel better about it, rejected. And the reason, your nobleness, is because that is really not the way you go about hitting on a girl.
Oh, is it not? And I suppose you consider yourself an expert on the subject.
Pay attention, kid. Maybe you'll learn something. When I saw you, I just had to come over and say hello, because finding you here feels like fate. Maybe we could go get some tea, get to know each other better.
I think you must have mistaken me for someone else. Someone who cares. Please excuse me.
Oof.
Exquisite. Simply masterful. When is the wedding?
That's weird. Girls usually fall for that speech. You must have spooked her.
To think that the noble House Gautier would be blessed with such a graceful and charming heir.
Please. I'm a much better heir than a self-important failure like you.
Ooh, here we go.
This is not worth my time.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Alright, Catherine is next.
Hello, Catherine. A moment of your time.
Oh, it's you. Yes?
That sword you wear upon your hip. How did you come by it, exactly?
I don't appreciate your tone. Are you implying I swiped it off someone?
Not at all. But heroes' relics are typically passed down through the bloodlines of the 10 elites. You are descended from a noble family, are you not?
That's none of your business.
Actually,
Let's say I was a nobody, with no relic, no crest. I would still be me, wouldn't I? That's
Yeah.
not to say lineage counts for nothing. It just doesn't count as much as how you lived your life and what you live for. Or, let's say I was descended from some noble house. Would that change how you treat me?
yes, it would. To treat you differently from the common folk would only be appropriate.
At least he's honest.
You're so narrow-minded, tied down by foolish, antiquated notions.
You tell him.
But the nobility and the common folk are different. If the few did not have capabilities to set them apart from the many, then they would not be the few.
Wow, you really think nobles are better than everyone else, don't you?
I didn't mean to suggest.
You pay so much attention to people's lineage and status that you have no idea who they actually are. Even if I was from the prestigious house whatever, I would never associate with a blowhard like you.
Yeah, Lawrence has got some growing to do, that's for sure. Alright, so we're done with Lawrence. We're already 20 minutes deep and we've only finished Lawrence. So this is going to take a bit longer than I anticipated. Alright, so Ignatz. Well, I guess once we go through them, like, it'll be like one less than the next one. I mean, I guess Lawrence also has a lot more than like someone like Ignatz. Well, maybe not. We keep rolling through them though.
Ah! Claude, why didn't you say anything?
You were praying so fervently, I didn't want to interrupt.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I wasn't praying.
No? What then?
I was just thinking about the goddess.
Were you now? Fascinating. Please, go on.
Not here. Let's go somewhere else.
Interesting.
So, you were pondering the existence of the goddess then?
Yes. All right, consider this. The archives here have all kinds of texts about the goddess, right? But when people tell stories of the goddess, it's only myths and legends that glorify her.
They probably hope to rake in more followers by glorifying the goddess as much as possible. That would be why the church tends to quietly shove all of their more questionable records under some secret rug somewhere.
Claude, don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said. I was just wondering what the goddess looks like. That's the kind of thing I like to think about.
What the goddess looks like? Well, I suppose if she really exists, she probably looks a lot like us. In fact, she probably wouldn't be so different from that old woman working here in the dining hall.
What? Claude, please stop. The goddess I imagine is absolutely beautiful.
How rude of you, Ignatz. I'm sure that old woman was lovely back in her day.
I was about to say the same thing. I was like, geez, Ignatz, that's a little harsh on that lady over there. Alright, Raphael.
Yes! Time for food! Hey, Ignatz! Is this seat taken?
Is Raphael's support level conversations all about food? I'm here for it.
Hey, Raphael. I'm done eating, so you can sit here if you like.
Really? But there's still food on your plate.
It's fine. I'm not that hungry. Anyway, I guess I'll be heading off.
Oh, okay. Hey, Ignatz!
Oh, I thought that was it. I was
Wanna
gonna say,
train with me?
jeez.
Oh my, that equipment's looking rusty. Let me fetch some oil.
What's the matter? It always looks like that. Come on, we'll take care of it later.
Nope, you have to do it as soon as you notice. There's oil in the warehouse. I'll be right back.
Is he intimidated by Raphael?
Hello, Raphael.
Are you busy? I need to talk to you.
No, that's... Oh, almost forgot. It's time to return this book to the library. I'll just...
Hey, hold up. Are you seriously gonna keep running away from me?
What? No, I'm not running.
Yes, you are. Every time I try to talk to you, you make up some excuse and run. What's going on? You were a lot friendlier to me when we were kids. You were always so excited to show me all the neat stuff you had whenever I came to visit. We'd play hide and seek with my little sis, draw pictures, and do other fun stuff too. Remember all that?
Things can't be the way they were. It's regrettable, but it's the truth.
Regrettable? What's there to regret?
I mean, you know, what happened to your parents. My parents are the reason your parents died.
Oh, wow.
What are you talking about? My parents died in an accident while traveling for work.
Maybe so, but they were taking over for mine, because they had other business that day and couldn't go themselves. So, they recommended yours to fill in for them.
Huh. I didn't know that. But what does that have to do with our friendship?
No, but see,
Oh, I see. But we're done talking about this. You gotta stop beating yourself up over it. It was an accident.
He's just putting on a brave face. No one is that forgiving.
Oh, that's sad. Alright. Ignatz and Lysithea.
Good morning, Lysithea. Out for a stroll, are we? It's lovely weather for it. I might go wander outside myself. I'm sure I can see some beautiful sights.
What do you mean? There's a beautiful sight right in front of you, bucko.
Ignatz, hold still, will you?
Sure.
Your shoes are untied. It looks sloppy. Let me just fix it for you.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. But really, I'm perfectly capable of tying them myself.
Was she gonna tie them together or something?
Clearly that's not the case. Otherwise, this wouldn't be an issue. Now, hush. There we go.
Thanks.
You've also got awful bedhead.
What? But I examined myself in the mirror before leaving my quarters.
It's the back of your head. Quite unkempt. You really should get it together. I mean, really. You're born to a noble adjacent merchant family, aren't you? You really should be more presentable.
Sorry, Lysithea. You're always so perfectly put together. In fact, I'd say you're perfect in all respects. I don't think I've seen you fail at anything.
Well, consider that if I make even the slightest misstep, everyone will treat me like a child. There's nothing I hate more than that.
I see. Well, I think you're very mature. If anything, you may be overdoing it somewhat. I mean, people treat me like a child sometimes. But I like it, because it reminds me that other people care about me. You know? No matter how much we stretch, some things are always beyond us. I think it's fine to be vulnerable and ask for help sometimes.
Ignatz, are you really lecturing me about how I conduct myself right now? You're a sheepish, unreliable scatterbrain who can only ever think about what others think of him. Perhaps you should worry about your own maturity before you start questioning mine. Although you certainly look the part of a baby, so maybe that's asking too much. Anyway, I've got things to do, so I'm
A little bit of a hypocrite is Lysithea.
Lysithea, wait. Hey!
Out of my way! You're such a child, I swear.
That was uncalled for. After all, I am older than she is.
Thought you said you like being treated like a baby, huh? Alright, Ignatz and Marianne.
Is that everything?
Yes, that's the last of them. Thank you, Marianne. Just when I thought all the laundry was dry, the wind got stronger, and by the time I realized what was happening, there were clothes dancing across the sky.
That must have been frustrating to watch.
I didn't imagine they would float all the way to the stables. Thanks again for helping me pick them up.
It was no trouble. They landed right at my feet.
Well, now I can hang it all back up before sunset. Everything should be dry by the day's end. All right, I should get to...
Are you alright?
Uh-huh. The hamper's just a little heavier than it looks. Do you think you could give me a hand? Whew, we got here just in time. Thanks for the help hanging everything up.
It was nothing.
Huh.
Um,
What is it?
I'm sorry. I know I'm not much fun to be around. I'm not very good at small talk either.
Oh, no, that's all right. After all, just look over there.
Huh? Oh, the flowers are lovely.
They were mere buds until just the other day. Now look at those gorgeous blooms.
How wonderful.
If we'd been chatting away, we might never have noticed them. Sure, the laundry was an ordeal, but at least there was a silver lining.
And getting the attention of Ignatz as well as Lawrence. Interesting. Alright, Hilda.
Hey, Ignatz. Sorry to keep you waiting. Ready to start cleaning?
No, that's all right. Actually, I'm just finishing up.
Oh, it's true. Look how tidy everything is. You've done such a marvelous job. I'm glad I didn't get in your way.
Thank you very much. So anyway, you can go now. You were talking to your friend, right? I just have some things to put away. It's okay, I can manage without you.
Oh, Ignatz, I thought I saw someone earlier. That was you, wasn't it? You know, I'd have been willing to help. You could have just said, hey, let's go and clean.
It's all right, you were having a conversation. I didn't want to sneak up like I was eavesdropping, and really, I didn't need help.
Oh, Ignatz, you darling. You're so considerate. Thank you so very much.
Glad to be of service. I'll start putting all this away.
Not so fast.
Well, what's the matter?
Aren't you overdoing it? Don't you think you might be taking on too much,
Oh, I didn't expect to hear that from you.
Let me give you some advice. It's true that I like to delegate as many tasks as I possibly can, but when someone helps me, I make sure to lavish them with praise as a reward for their hard work. So, then we come out even. On the other hand, look what almost happened just now. You did all that work for me, and I almost missed it. Now, where would that leave you? With no praise, no thanks. You'd be losing out.
Personally, I'd prefer to lose out, rather than inconvenience someone else. For instance, I'd have felt terrible for intruding on your important conversation earlier. Consider the negligible loss to me versus the major inconvenience to you. Personal loss is always going to be the better choice. Right?
He's a very considerate person.
Huh. Well, if that's how you feel, then I'm not sure how to convince you otherwise.
Alright. We have Leone and Cyril remaining.
Oh, Professor, here's the map you... Well, there's always next time, I suppose.
Hey, Ignatz, didn't you have something to talk to the professor about?
Oh no, nothing urgent. You didn't cut short your conversation because of me, did you?
Come on, do I seem like the type to do that? No, I just had a couple of questions about the bows. We're done now, so I thought I'd come and tell you.
The bows? Is something wrong with them?
Lots of them have come in for repairs lately, so I switched out some of the strings for stronger ones. They've been breaking less, but now they're harder to draw.
Ah, I see. I suppose people would prefer if you went back to the lighter bowstrings.
Maybe. If the only issue was the draw weight, I'd just tell people to get stronger arms.
I mean, that's a fair compromise.
But the real problem is that you can't shoot as fast. The arrows also fly too far now.
I can see how slower shooting is a drawback, but the arrows flying farther, that actually sounds like a good thing.
Sure, on open plains, but up close you lose accuracy. That's why I thought it might be good to use different bowstrings for different scenarios. I wanted the professor's opinion about that.
Oh, good point. You know a lot about bows, don't you?
Guess I do. I grew up in a hunting village, so I've been around them my whole life. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily better than anyone, but at least I know what I'm doing. And you? Do you have something you're really good at?
Me? Oh no, I don't think so.
Well, I'm sure you'll find your thing someday.
I hope so.
Aw, poor Ignatz. Pretty good at cleaning. Cyril. These guys probably have a lot in common.
Ignatz? Why are you following me?
Oh, can I help you with something? You must be struggling by yourself, Cyril.
This is my
Cyril.
job. I do it myself.
That's Cyril. Cyril. I'm gonna try to remember that, but I probably will forget. Cyril, like cereal, but not Cyril. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Well, we could do it so much faster working together.
You don't have to.
I don't mind. Plus, if we finish early, you can go and do whatever you like.
You want to know what I want to do?
Sure, tell me.
I'd like to do my assigned work without you pestering me.
What a dick.
Oh, okay.
Why are you always so concerned about what I'm doing anyway, Ignatz? It's kind of weird, you know?
Wow. It hurts when you
Yeah,
put it
that's
like that.
pretty rough.
I've been meaning to ask you about Elmira. You always look so busy, but I thought you might talk to me if I helped with your work.
There's nothing about Elmira worth talking about.
But I find it all so fascinating. Please, tell me about the people, the buildings, the flowers. Ooh, any scenery you liked looking at.
Nope, never took much time to look at anything. Why do I gotta talk about stuff I don't want to talk about just because you're bored, Ignatz?
Man, Cyril really is a dick.
Even though you endured hardships, there must have been some things you enjoyed.
He enjoys being a dick. It's not worth your time,
I
Ignatz.
don't get it. Look, I'm gonna go. Should have done it already.
Okay, sorry to bother you. Let me know if I can help. Oh, and I hope we can talk some other time.
But there's nothing to talk about. Jeez, what a weirdo.
Alright, so we're at 36 minutes, huh? Claude has a lot of people he can interact with. What's one that we could do quickly? Raphael? No. I think they're all just gonna have a ton of them, aren't they? No? Okay, let's do we'll do Sylvain, and then we'll wrap it up there. I want to do more. We still have so much to get through here, huh? How about once per episode, not just doing just a few, we go through their entire, we'll pick a character, and we'll go through all of them in an episode. That way it'll only take us, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'll only take us 10 episodes. Yikes, that's actually quite a bit, huh? Oh, but like Shamir has very few. Okay. Cyril as well. So like we could do both of those in one episode. We'll combine some of them. But for now, let's do Sylvain, and then we'll wrap it up. In the next episode, we'll do Claude. We'll just kind of go in order. Claude has a ton, so this is going to be a big one. But we'll get through it. So Sylvain, and then we'll wrap it up.
Lysithea, I have to say, you're really impressive. I respect you a lot, and I thought I should tell you.
That's nice of him.
Okay.
It's just, you know, you're 4 years younger than me, but you work really hard at everything. I mean, when I was your age, I wasted all my time just goofing off and doing whatever I wanted.
Doesn't look like much has changed for you since then.
I was going to say that too,
And
but
then
it's
like
true.
You, I don't have time to waste, so leave me be.
Are you going to do some extra magic training? I'd be happy to join you, if you don't mind. What do you want to start with?
I am absolutely disinterested in spending any time with you. What is it you want anyway? Clearly, you haven't been listening to a word I've been saying. Perhaps it's because I'm younger. You see fit to ignore me when I speak. Is that it?
What? No. Age has nothing to do with it.
Then why'd you bring it up?
You're amazing. You're
Right?
true to yourself. You know what you want and who you are. Not a lot of girls I know can say that.
Ah, so it isn't my age that's to blame for you breezing over my wishes. It's my gender.
Damn.
What? Where did you get that idea? I'm just trying to praise your smarts and hard work and everything. It's impressive how someone so young...
Your lack of self-awareness is deeply troubling.
It really
What
is.
I'm aware of is you trying to pick a fight. Calm down, kiddo.
Look, I'm really busy. Super, extremely, inordinately busy. I've got one last thing to say to you.
And what would that be?
I'm skilled with magic, and my abilities are finely honed. It's not like I need someone for target practice.
No, but I do.
Better find a better target then. Alright, back to Sylvain and Marianne.
Hello, Marianne. All done for the day?
So far, everyone's basically been in love with Marianne. Ignatz and Lawrence. So we'll see how Sylvain
Oh,
does.
Sylvain. Yes, I was just heading back to my quarters.
Can I join you?
Well then, my timing couldn't be better. I was just heading into town and I thought maybe you'd like to join me.
Close enough.
I don't think I should.
I heard a story once about a beautiful maiden who was locked up in a monastery day and night. She was held prisoner by her own fear of the outside world. Then a brave knight set the girl free and took her to town, where they drank tea and talked for hours. So, my fair maiden?
Please, you should not waste your time on me. Besides, my adoptive father requested that I not stray too far from the monastery.
Margrave Edmund wants to keep you locked up, huh? I've heard he's, let's call it ambitious. Well, just tell him who I am. I think he'd approve. I'm heir to House Gautier, one of the most prominent families in the kingdom. I've got a crest, I've got money, and I'm stunningly handsome.
And I'm humble.
That look. Was it the handsome thing? I can see how that might have been a bit much.
I don't really know you all that well, but it
Oh my gosh, she's about to kill him.
Difference. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me that you have a crest.
Oh, no. I didn't mean you should find my crest impressive. I meant your family would, and you know what? Maybe I should start over.
If you're going into town, please just go without me.
Oh, okay. I've got to get going anyway. Places to be, you know. Well, this is me going. But remember, should you ever need me, I will forever be your knight, my maiden.
I wonder what he meant by that.
Oh. Sylvain and Hilda.
Hey there, Hilda. You're looking cute today.
Thanks. You're looking quite handsome yourself.
You know exactly how to talk to a guy. I like it.
She's gonna ask him to do something for her.
What's with all the books?
Oh, these? I was just bringing them to... ouch! Ouch!
What's wrong? Did you hurt your foot?
Yeah, I tripped earlier. But I'm supposed to return these books to the library by the end of the day.
So he's gonna do it for her.
Relax. I'm sure there's a handsome guy around here who knows how to carry books to the library. You rest your foot. I'll take care of this.
Oh, no, that's all right. You must have something more important to do.
Nothing is more important than helping you. Just pile the books on that desk, and I'll get them where they're going.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you so much.
Sylvain, more like Simpvain, if you ask me.
Nothing. I'm happy to... Wow. That is a lot of books.
I'll just leave them right here for you. Thanks again, Sylvain. You're the best.
Wait a minute. Some of these books have dust on them. She's been holding on to these for months. The professor was looking for this one a few weeks ago. Hilda, hang on. Did she just trick me into doing something she didn't want to do?
Yeah, she did. Simp Vane. Alright, next is Leonie.
Well, hello there, gorgeous. You're looking lovely today. Join me on a stroll around town? Aw, is a sweet girl like you doing all this hard work by yourself? That's no good. Allow me to help.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Leonie. Sorry, but I'm kind of in a hurry right now.
Hey! Get back here!
Whoa, no need to yell. Do you need something?
You chat up all the girls like that, don't you?
What a terrible thing to say. I see a girl, I figure it would be rude just to pass her by without at least a wink, or a nice word.
But he does it to Leonie.
But you knew that. So, I'm going to get going now. See you, Leonie.
Wait, now hold on. How come it's not rude for you to just pass me by?
Me? Pass who now?
Look at me. I'm a girl, you know.
Oh, I see. A girl. You're a girl. Huh. Sorry. I know it's true in theory, but it looks like my brain just didn't want to accept it. But you're correct. You are a beautiful girl in your own right. Yes, that is a statement with which I agree.
You're a beautiful girl in your own right.
I am ever so terribly sorry for being so rude, my lady. How can I ever make this up to you?
Yeah, hang on, back up. Don't get the wrong idea.
Seriously, I feel just dreadful about how I acted. This is the first time I've done anything like this. It's shocking that I'm capable of such low behavior. Even if you are a somewhat crude, spirited girl, that doesn't excuse my...
What did you just call me?
Oh my gosh, she's about to kill him.
Right, of course. I'm sorry. I can't believe it.
Oh, clicked A too fast, sorry.
Acting pitiful won't get you anywhere. I won't just forget about this, you know.
I wonder if he's playing the long game with Leonie, you know? Pretend he's not interested in her, to drive her crazy, who knows. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. I know that was a lot of dialogue to get through, a lot of support stuff to get through. We still have a lot more to get through. We'll start with Claude next episode. Maybe we won't start with him right away. Or maybe we'll do a couple. Maybe do a couple tasks, do a couple more. Kind of break it up a little bit maybe. We'll see how things go. But we have a lot to do in the monastery. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I'm the Maverick Daniels. Bidding you farewell, peace, and one love. Bye!